The best part about fouling, right, is that it works. So the best thing you can do is like keep your head in the game, and I'll do everything I can to manage.
All that training for that. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Gonna be okay, mate.
What the is he doing?
The left one was really deep.
Both bad.
The left one was really
Both
deep.
bad. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
You got
but
warned twice before it.
Yeah.
Twice before it, you got warned for it.
Mike Bisping, he lost his eye. It's just a horrendous thing to think as a parent, really. And I know what it's like these days with people saying what they want, but if it's just your son and they could lose an eye and their health and they've got children to look after, you know, something needs doing about it. Yeah, it's horrendous for me to look at that.
Put his finger in his eye. Dirtiest fighter in MMA.
Alhamdulillah.
Chocolate, Peppa Pig, everything we have wrestled. Let's go, show me have wrestled. I'm ready, I'm here.
Don't move on. The chairs are coming, right?
In today's video, a finger in the eye, a shocking end to a massive fight, from stunning finishes to heartbreaking moments. This event had everything. The main story, of course, is Tom Aspinall, who was rushed to the hospital after a terrible eye poke in his fight against Cyril Gane. Fans were expecting fireworks, maybe even a first-round finish, but instead we got total chaos. Let's dive into what really happened, how the MMA world reacted, and what's next for the heavyweight division. After months of hype, anticipation, and trash talk, Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane finally stepped into the octagon at UFC 321 inches Abu Dhabi, and within minutes, millions of fans were left stunned. What was supposed to be a war between two of the most dangerous heavyweights turned into one of the most disappointing endings in recent memory. The British heavyweight walked into the octagon with massive expectations. Fans believed this would be his moment, the night he'd prove he's the real king of the division after John Jones's sudden retirement. Many expected Aspinall to finish Cyril Gane in the opening minutes, just like Jones did. Before the fight started, Khabib gave Tom some important advice. He said, "Sometimes you use boxing separate, wrestling separate, but you need to use everything together. Wrestling, pressure, boxing. He's a striker, he moves well. When you use your takedown pressure, you make him think about it." From the very start, Aspinall marched forward, throwing heavy hands and looking to pressure Gane early. His strikes landed, and for a moment, it seemed like the hype was real. But Gane, as always, worked comfortably from a distance, using his jab and movement to frustrate the Brit. Aspinall even tried to take it to the ground with a takedown, but Gane shut it down right away. Midway through the round, the momentum started to shift. Gane was finding his rhythm, connecting with clean shots and making Aspinall hesitate. The champion's nose was bleeding, and though he stayed composed, the Frenchman's precision began to show. And then it happened. In the final moments of the round, Gane accidentally poked Aspinall in both eyes, and the fight had to stop. Tom stepped back instantly, blinking and trying to clear his vision, but it was clear something was wrong. Aspinall couldn't see well enough to continue, so the doctors came into the octagon right away. Referee Jason Herzog called it a no contest, and just like that, the heavyweight division was thrown into total chaos. The MMA world exploded. Fans were devastated. Some blamed Gane, others accused Aspinall of overreacting, but most just couldn't believe what they had seen. Someone shouted, "I just got poked knuckle deep in the eyeball. Why are you booing? What am I supposed to do about it? I can't see." Within minutes, comparisons to John Jones started flooding social media. Fans wrote that Jones would have destroyed Aspinall easily. Memes, jokes, and frustration filled the internet. One user posted a photo of Aspinall squinting in pain, writing, saying, "Bro got smoked in the first round and took the easy way out." Others questioned Aspinall's toughness. One comment read, "Sounds like pre-fight jitters got him panicking before a big moment." Another user said, "I never wanna hear that Tom beats Jones story again." Some accused the Brit of exaggerating the injury, claiming he wanted an easy way out once the round turned against him. Pereira wasted no time stirring the pot. Using a few clever emojis on Instagram, he wrote, "Let's make the heavyweight division great again." Just a few hours later, Jon Jones fired back on X, accepting the idea with some respect. "Alex, I'd be down to bring the highest skill level. I appreciate the respect you showed. Let's dance," Jones wrote. Not long after that, Jones decided to have a little fun and changed his profile picture to a duck wearing an eye patch, clearly making fun of Tom Aspinall. Daniel Cormier said he ran into Tom Aspinall backstage after the fight and noticed that Tom still had bandages over his eye. He said, "I saw Tom Aspinall. His right eye is covered in a bandage because he cannot open it still. We're 20 minutes past the fight ending, and what's crazy about that is his other eye was the one where the hand went knuckle deep." The UFC boss was also disappointed, but Dana White defended Cyril Gane, reminding everyone that the Frenchman wasn't getting enough credit coming into the fight. He said, "I feel the way everybody feels. A great showing, but a terrible ending. I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Cyril Gane off. He looked damn good tonight." When asked if he would rebook the fight as soon as Tom is able to return, Dana said, "It's a total pain, but yes." Now, the only thing fans are asking for is clarity. Will the UFC rebook the fight? Can Tom Aspinall prove himself in a rematch? Or will Jon Jones or Alex Pereira step in and steal the spotlight? One thing is for sure, the heavyweight division has become a powder keg, and UFC 321 might just be remembered as the night that blew everything wide open. And while all eyes were on the chaos surrounding Aspinall and Gane, the rest of the UFC 321 card delivered pure violence and drama. In the prelims, Brazil's Walter Walker shocked fans by submitting England's Louis Sutherland with a nasty heel hook in the first round. Then, in the light heavyweight division, unbeaten Russian contender Azamat Murzakanov delivered one of the most brutal knockouts of the night, finishing Austria's Alexander Rakic with a devastating first-round strike. Over in the co-main event, Alexander Volkov beat Brazil's Gelton Almeida in a hard-fought war, winning by split decision. Sam Patterson also delivered what many are calling one of the most powerful head kicks in UFC history, knocking out Nasrat Haqparast before he even hit the canvas. And to top it off, Mackenzie Dern became the new UFC Women's Strawweight Champion, defeating Vieira Jandiroba for the vacant title, closing out one of the wildest and most unpredictable cards of the year. All eyes were also on Umar Nurmagomedov, who stepped into the octagon for the first time since his tough loss to Merab Dvalishvili. The UFC gave him no easy comeback. His opponent, Mario Bautista, came in on an 8-fight win streak. This was a big test for Umar, both physically and mentally. He had never experienced a loss before. He entered the fight as a huge favorite, and fans expected nothing less than dominance. Right from the start, Umar went to his strength, wrestling. He scored a takedown just 8 seconds into the fight, followed by a powerful slam that brought the crowd to life. There was a scary moment when Bautista almost caught him in a heel hook, but Umar stayed calm and escaped. Bautista dropped Umar with a knee in the second round, but the Dagestani recovered fast and took control again. By the final round, Umar kept pushing forward, landing takedowns and controlling every exchange. The judges all scored it 30-27 for Umar. Khabib got so hyped after his cousin's victory that he nearly picked Daniel Cormier up and tossed him out of the octagon. He shouted, "Alhamdulillah, he was tough. Thank you so much." It was a wild ending to a truly insane night of fights. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks in advance.